It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined today by Carolyn Quach. She is with the Brooks & Brooks Foundation, focusing on their new initiative known as parentingwithlove.org. You know, it seems self-evident that we want to parent with love, but the reality is some parents face challenges. It could be with themselves, it could be with being a parent, external, and so you're here to support. Tell us about your new organization.
Yes, it hits home for me, especially because there's stats out there that there's 4 kids that die every single day from childhood neglect, or from being neglected or from abuse, when that could be easily prevented.
Right.
And I grew up, I'm a victim of childhood neglect because my mom's an alcoholic, and looking back, I have a lot of compassion for her because she didn't know how to take care of herself, and she didn't know how to practice the self-love, so she didn't have anything to give to myself and my dad.
And that's interesting because in a lot of ways, you know, I happen to be a caregiver for my wife, who's doing well, but she battles with a chronic illness, and I've always been told, you need to take care of yourself before you can take care of her.
Exactly.
And so that really is the point, is that get yourself healthy and you can be a better parent, better caregiver, better spouse.
Definitely.
And so, but how do you make that message stick?
It's practice. It's like a muscle. You have to exercise it. And it's funny, Yvonne Brooks, the executive director, she tells me all the time that you have to work on yourself before you put time into the foundation.
Right.
Because if I don't put that time into myself, then I have nothing to give the foundation, and the foundation suffers. So the philosophy is passed on to the parents as well. Like the parents have to put time into taking care of themselves in order to give love to their kids.
Right, and so you hold workshops
Yes.
to help them build that self-esteem, that self-worth, that sense of purpose so that they can be the better parent. I'm just so glad the organization exists, because I think about how sometimes parents, they cry for help, and what happens? You know, foster care comes in, but that's really not what's needed. It's just a little support, a little bit of a boost. What I think is interesting about your organization is you try to bring it all around, and you have the graduates. You enlist your graduates. Tell us about that.
It's great. I mean, we have the programs where they go through the workshops for the parents as well as for the teens. They have their own programs on how to build self-esteem, on financial planning. So the parents, they'll go out to their community and teach other parents the parenting with love or stress management. And then the teens or the kids will have their kids club and teach what they've learned to their peers.
I want to talk about stress management because in the final analysis, so much of the expression of anger is less about the moment and more about what's happened before that moment.
Oh, definitely.
It's displacement, it's misplaced aggression. And so how have you been able to create a program whereby people recognize they're not angry about the moment, it's what's happened before?
Oh, it's funny because I see Yvonne in these interactive workshops, and she will tell the parents that the kids are a reflection of your weaknesses. So your kids that you raise are a reflection of your weaknesses. If there's things that they do that kind of cuts that corner, it's a mirror. So then those are areas that you need to work on. So it's not the kids so much, but it's you internally.
So how is it for you as a survivor to be able to be such a source of strength and support and knowledge for these individuals?
You know, it takes a lot of just inner work, and I'm still constantly learning and growing, but I have a lot more compassion towards others due to what happened to me in the past.
Are you in touch with your mom?
I'm not right now. I hope to one day, but right now it's still not the right time.
How can we get involved in your organization?
We have a golf tournament coming up on May the 23rd. That's going to be available for golfers to register and for sponsors.
And of course, the website is parentingwithlove.org.
It's actually brooksandbrooks.com that's live. Parentingwithlove.org is being designed right now.
It's going to be terrific. Her name is Carolyn Quach. She is with the Brooks & Brooks Foundation.